do these, to do the inspections. Another good one, single family homes. The permit's going to require us, not for the person who's building the single family home, but the municipality to do 2 inspections on a single family home under construction every week.
2 a week
2 a week
for stormwater.
for stormwater. It's
Good thing
absurd.
there's no building going on. No lots left to build on.
Yeah.
Other than the subdivision we were just talking about
Yeah.
a couple minutes ago.
I mean, on the one hand, the state is badgering us about, affordable housing and different kinds of housing, and then they impose regulations like this that are going to drive the cost through the roof and make things less affordable. Unconscionable.
Just go back to the street cleaning and catch basins. Do we have to do that for non-town roads?
No, just down roads,
Just town?
just down roads. But you got to remember, we've got almost 70 miles of down roads
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Um,
I just was wondering who would do 311, 22, the county roads all over.
it takes 5 men two weeks to sweep our roads, correct?
At least.
Yeah.
So they're putting large strains on their own people. The state DOT people are gonna be strained.
Well,
County.
this is going to be interesting. When was the last time you ever saw a street sweeper going down a state road?
Yeah, right.
They don't do it.
No.
So,
No problem, continue not to do it.
well, in the past, what they've done with their permits, when the DEC issues these permits, it's equally applicable to school districts, to counties, and to other state agencies like the DOT. The DOT in the past, what they've done is they've signed a separate memorandum of agreement on how they're going to meet the permit requirement without having to meet the permit requirements. I don't think that's going to happen this time. There's too many people watching.
Well, I can tell you that when we do a fleet wash, we have a company comes in that's water recovery. So the water is, picked up. It doesn't go into the drains,
Must be costly though, right?
Yes, and it recently went up. So figuring, I think about $40 a vehicle. So,
How often do they get washed?
we try to do it at least 4 times a year, but sometimes the weather doesn't allow us. But there's no washing the windows in the back, it doesn't take place. So
And I would imagine
when it
the,
rains a few days, we're lucky.
imagine the highway vehicles would have to be washed a lot more than 4 times
Yeah,
a year,
yeah,
especially this
sure.
time of year with the salt and.
Yeah.
After every storm, weekly,
No, it depends if there's another storm coming. We wait till it's,
but generally after every big storm.
no, not always. Not if I have another storm coming within 2 or 3 or 4 days.
If the weather's cold, you don't want to wet them down like that, because then you have a problem with windows and the doors.
Well, the county was looking into something 10 or 15 years ago when I first took over to build a place for all county vehicles to go and town vehicles, trucks. I never heard nothing about that.
Well, so what that was is our county executive was hoping that the East of Hudson Watershed Corp would fund a car wash, which would be located, not a car wash, but a truck wash. It would be located here in Patterson at their highway facility. There were 2 problems. That the funding that the East of Hudson Corporation has, that wasn't an eligible cost. So we couldn't have done it if we wanted to. The second problem is it was great for the town of Patterson. We could just run over there. It wasn't too bad for Kent. Southeast, it was a little bit more difficult, but when you got to Carmel, Putnam Valley, Phillipstown, they weren't coming over here.
Yeah.
So it all kind of fell apart. Okay, moving on. The night is progressing as well. It's that time of the year. Even though we've got a snowstorm coming on Friday, We've got our lawn bids that we need to put out. So we can hopefully have somebody maintaining our grass this year without fertilizer. We have two bids here that I put together. One is for the